In survey after survey, consumers have said the biggest barrier to buying an electric vehicle is the price.
They remain kind of at the price point of what we used to consider luxury vehicles.
So, to help overcome that barrier and get more people into electric vehicles, the federal government pays buyers of a select group of EVs a subsidy of up to $5,000. That subsidy program cost the Treasury more than $900 million in the last 2 years and will eat up nearly $600 million this year. But those $5,000 rebate checks tend to go to some of the country's wealthiest consumers.
I do find that EV ownership is biased towards affluent households for, in part, the simple reason that EVs today are simply more expensive than the average car.
Global News did its own analysis using motor vehicle registration data cross-referenced against household income data for federal ridings. And sure enough, ridings with high household income also had the most EV owners. Take the 7 ridings in Vancouver, for example, here arranged by median income, lowest to highest. Now, here's the number of electric vehicles in each riding per 1,000 people. Higher income levels equals higher rates of EV ownership. That's a correlation that holds in communities right across the country.
The wealthier you are, the more likely you are to consider an electric vehicle.
Which means higher income Canadians have been disproportionate beneficiaries of generous federal EV subsidies.
So I would say it is appropriate in this particular context, and it's appropriate because when you have new technology that needs to be adopted, you actually need early adopters to start.
The government believes subsidizing richer consumers to buy their new cars is one way to drive down EV prices.
You need to actually have them catalyze a market to be able to actually drive down the cost such that you don't need the subsidies over the long term.
Now, there are some signs that prices of EVs are dropping. Consider this data point. The average price of a new car in Canada in March, and this includes gas-powered vehicles, was $64,000. But there are now 30 models of electric vehicles below that price point in the market here, and that's before the federal subsidy. Neither.
All right, David Akin in Ottawa. Thanks for that, David.